In the last few years, career mode hasn't really been given a huge amount of love and care. For FIFA 20, this is all set to change though, and we've received some career mode updates that are genuinely incredibly substantial and exciting to see. Dynamic player potentials, manager customization, a new player morale system, and the ability to hold press conferences and have conversations with your players. These are all new features for FIFA 20 career mode, and I for one am absolutely delighted to see such a vast array of new features being added. Previously, you'd get a message in your inbox that your 58 rated right back fresh out of the academy would want game time right before a season defining game, and there was no way of responding to them and letting them know that this just wouldn't be happening. Now though, you'll have the ability to talk to your players one-on-one, deal with their unrealistic demands, and frankly, put some players in their place. So today I'm going to be talking about the fresh new features for FIFA 20 career mode and giving EA Sports a huge high five for listening to our feedback in recent years and putting into action some key new features that should make FIFA 20 career mode a huge amount of fun. And in the background I've got some computer versus computer gameplay for you featuring Team Manchester up against Team London. With the Premier League season starting back up again soon and both Manchester clubs up against London teams in their opening games of the season, I thought this would be a good time to give this battle another go and check out some of the club's new signings too. Mainly though, I kinda just wanted to see Harry Maguire in action in the new United kit. Anyway though, let's properly get into it then, and let's take a look at the new features for FIFA 20 career mode. Leave the video a like if you do go on to enjoy it, and if you're new to the channel and you want to see more videos from me in the future, then please do stick around and subscribe. Also, I'll have plenty of career mode series content coming to my second channel very soon, and there should be a link to that channel coming up right about now in the top right hand corner. Starting out with what I personally perceive to be the biggest and best change of them all then, and that's the arrival of dynamic player potentials. Previously in career mode you could have a player in the reserves for his full career, or he could be smashing it week in week out, and regardless of whether you were playing him or not, the player would still reach his full potential. Now however, things are set to be a lot more realistic, and players in your squad will develop over time based on how they're performing each season. So if a young player is absolutely dominant for you, their potential will increase, and it also works with older players too. So say for example you're managing Barcelona and you're killing it with the likes of Suarez and Messi, they'll no longer decline rapidly just because they're over the age of 30. In recent years in career mode, as soon as my players hit 30, I begin to consider selling them because of their instant, inevitable downfall. Now though, as long as they're still playing well, then their attributes will largely continue to hold pretty firm. And a similar sort of thing applies if your players aren't doing so well. If they're a younger player and they haven't been getting enough game time or haven't been playing well enough, then their potential will decrease, and likewise, if they're an older player and they're in a poor run of form, then their attributes will fall away quite rapidly. So when playing career mode, you're going to have to think a lot more tactically about squad rotation, and younger players will need to be developed properly if you want them to ever reach the absolute top of their game. Gone now are the days of just leaving them in the reserves, knowing that they'll reach that high potential regardless. And this is honestly an absolutely massive step forward for career mode in my opinion. It just means that things are going to be a lot more realistic now, and each individual career mode save will be a lot more unique. We'll also have increased options for FIFA 20 career mode in terms of manager customization. Whereas previously the manager avatar options were incredibly limited and there was very little chance of selecting a manager that looked anything remotely like you, we'll now have the ability to create an avatar that better reflects our likeness, which should therefore provide for far greater levels of immersion. We'll also have customization options available in terms of what the manager's wearing, ranging from smart to casual, and it'll be possible to change what your manager's wearing at any point throughout the course of the season. So you might opt for a more casual or smart casual look most of the time, but slap on a suit when it comes to big games and cup finals. It's entirely up to you, and you can change things up as little or as often as you like. And it should also be noted that both male and female avatar options will now be available. And as I touched upon at the start, it'll also now be possible to have one-on-one conversations with your players, and we'll also now have the opportunity to have pre- and post-match press conferences. Factors such as the opponent, goals scored, and the ultimate match outcome will determine the questions asked during press conferences, and even variables such as the time of the season or the stage of the competition you're at will be taken into consideration too. So each press conference should feel fresh and unique, And much like in Football Manager, the way that we interact with our players within career mode will impact upon their morale and the morale of the team around them, with the ability to influence them both positively and negatively with the words and approach that we take with them. And speaking of player morale, what brings this all together is a new system where a player's happiness at the club will hinge on multiple different factors, from their playtime to their performances, right through to their wage expectations. A player's happiness at the club will vary based on how you're handling them. And of course, if the team's results as a whole are poor, then the general morale of the team will be low, and you'll have to work extra hard with each player to try and keep them happy. Interactions within press conferences will also impact upon a player's morale, and a player with high morale will perform better come match day than a player with low morale. So this new system isn't just there as an aesthetic quality. There's genuine depth to this new morale system, and keeping your players happy to the best of your abilities is quite crucial to your success. And if you're managing within the Premier League, Bundesliga, Ligue 1, La Liga or the MLS, the default user interface will be replaced, and you'll instead see a league-specific theme reflecting the authentic branding of the league that you're managing in. It should provide a nice bit of extra visual gloss if you're managing within any of these 5 divisions, and furthermore, just as in FIFA 19, when you're playing in the Champions League or the Europa League, the background theme will change to reflect the authentic branding of these competitions too. So these are the main areas of improvement for FIFA 20 career mode. In addition to these though, there are also a few other features to note, including a few new negotiation environments for transfer and contract talks. Just to shake things up a bit, rather than always doing the talks in the exact same room, there will also now be a restaurant and a rooftop lounge that will sometimes appear as the setting for the negotiation. It's a pretty small touch, but it's nonetheless something that should make the negotiation scenes slightly less repetitive than they were in FIFA 19. They've also added the ability to turn off international management offers at the start of career mode, which is a pretty nice touch. Composure values for generated youth players will no longer be as insanely low as they were previously. AI team selections have been massively improved, so teams will now be far less likely to leave their key players on the bench throughout the course of the season, and they've also increased the number of available save file slots from 4 to 8. Within each career mode save, we'll also now receive news updates featuring gameplay screenshots to highlight memorable moments within matches. So the new selection will now be more personalised than ever, better reflecting our individual experiences and achievements within career mode. There have also been multiple updates to the game to reflect various different competition rule changes, and amongst that is the ability to make a 4th substitution during extra time for all competitions that support this new law. Basically, in addition to the larger changes, there have also been multiple different tweaks made to career mode, and some of the smaller issues within the game have thankfully now been updated and fixed. After numerous years of career mode being largely neglected, finally we're seeing some major new additions and changes being made to career mode, and this is genuinely really exciting to see. FIFA career mode enjoyed some truly great years back in the early days of the PS3 and Xbox 360 generation, and in terms of the current console generation, the addition of player training back in FIFA 16 provided a pretty significant update. Since then though, we've not really seen a huge amount of change within career mode, so it has to be said that these new updates and renovations for FIFA 20 were definitely due, and they're certainly very much appreciated. So has EA saved career mode in FIFA 20? In my opinion, yeah, they very much have. There are a number of new features that I'm definitely very excited to get hands-on experience with, and factors such as morale and dynamic player potentials should provide a huge help in making each individual career mode save a lot more interesting, unique, and just generally more fun to play. Every career mode save will have its own stars and breakout players, and we won't just see the same old names rising through the ranks time and time again. Also, it'd be nice to see star players over 30 still performing and still remaining usable within the game. I honestly can't remember the last time I was this excited to play a new FIFA career mode. In recent years, the whole career mode experience has largely been the same from one year to the next. This year, however, with so many key changes and updates to career mode, FIFA 20 is definitely going to be a game to remember. Anyway though, let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Also, please do reach out to me and let me know your thoughts on Instagram and Twitter too. I'm genuinely extremely curious to hear how you feel regarding the updates and changes to the game this year. Have EA done enough this year in your opinion? And moving forward, what other features would you like to see added or improved? In my opinion, the changes for FIFA 20 Career Mode are genuinely massive, and I can't wait to test out all of the new features and just get back to enjoying and having some fun with Career Mode. FIFA 20 Career Mode is going to be an absolute banger. Thanks for watching anyway, have an awesome day, and if you have made it to the end of this video today, then you, my friend, are an absolute legend.